Valentine's is sneaking up on us quick, and in honor of the holiday, Just Spin It has a whole new makeover. So we've got new images and a whole new set of themed prompts. It's not all roses and love and perfect because, you know, not every Valentine's Day lives up to the happy Hallmark holiday. So we've got everything from celebrating being single to where, you know, just beginning out on dating, long term, and even heartache. There's some breakup related prompts in here. The stars have been replaced with chocolates. And just like every box of chocolates, you don't know what you're going to get. So some of them are good and some of them are bad. We're going to be doing 5 spins unless the board decides otherwise. So let's not waste any time and we'll get right to it. By the way, if you're new here, if I land on 1, this orange space, I will be pulling prompt number 1, and that's how the chocolates come into play. So let's see how it goes. Are y'all ready? Crossing my fingers. Starting low, number 18. We have some conversation hearts, which is part of any childhood Valentine's. Such a player. I have to start a new series. Okay, I'm going to go A City of Villains by Estelle Lore. And it's quite short. This is a YA. We have Mary Elizabeth. She's a high school senior, and she interns at a police department when the daughter of the city's most powerful businessman goes missing. She actually gets to help out with the case, much to her excitement. So these are like origin stories for Disney's villains. And I believe we will have Maleficent in this one. And I'm excited. She's one of my favorite Disney villains. So this will be my first one for February. It's nice and short. Okay, so let's replace that with... Got these cute little kitty cats. Just like a cat, they run away. So, and this one is Put a Ring on It. Jewelry on the cover. Okay, let's see what my second prompt will be. $14. Is that good luck? Because that's Valentine's. We'll see. Got love. Oops. Is it time to break up? A book I've been considering unhauling, so I'll finally read it and make that decision. Is it out of here, or do I really want to stick it out and stay with my book a little bit longer? Let me see. I know I've got a lot of books on this list. This would be like one of my bullseyes. Which, by the way, if you are curious about, I have a couple of videos with those. So, there we go. What do I want to potentially break up with? Okay, we're going to come back to this one. Let's replace that. I'm going to randomly choose something here. Let's get a pink glitter heart. And this is Aphrodite mythology. All right, third spin. We're staying in that spot. So 17. Got a cute little teddy bear. Secret crush. Oh, here's a teddy bear. And it's Secret Crush has a stalker. Okay. Off the top of my head, another book, You, by, I think it's Caroline Kepnes. My daughter has that book. She loved the show and she's wanting me to read the book. I'm going to have to think of what other books have stalkers. Okay. While looking for a book for a stalker, I remembered The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Better. This is definitely on my should I unhaul list or not, and I still haven't gotten to it. I haven't made a decision, so I am finally going to decide if it is time to break up with this trilogy, in fact, or not. So We have a retelling of Alice in Wonderland with a robot cyborg kind of angle to it. So they're saying the myth is Alice Liddell fell through the looking glass into a fairy tale world created by Lewis Carroll, but the reality is Wonderland is real. Alice is heir to the throne. Her parents were murdered. Alice and her bodyguard, Hatter Madigan, escape to our world. She gets separated from her bodyguard and befriends Lewis Carroll in Victorian London. This takes Alice in Wonderland and twists it on its head. So I am finally going to decide if it is time to break up with this book or not. Back to looking for a stalker. I don't have many, or they're hiding. I suspect they're hiding. And I can't find them because the only ones I have marked as stalker books I've already read, and I'm trying to read my unread books. I thought maybe The Watcher in the Woods, but it's part 2 to House of Dark Shadows, and it looks like this is a haunted house, not a stalker. I thought I had one. I found one. Need. They stalk. This one definitely fits. This is an older one by Carrie Jones. In fact, it was her debut. I read this way back when it came out, and I remember enjoying this series, but I have no clue how it'll hold up. So Zara White, she suspects that a freaky guy is semi-stalking her, and she's also obsessed with phobias. So, okay, she hasn't been quite the same since her stepfather died, but exiling her to Maine to live with her grandmother, she thinks is a little bit extreme. So supposedly this move is supposed to help her stay sane, but she thinks her mom just can't deal with her right now. Turns out she can be more wrong. The guy she thought was semi-stalking her, he's full-on stalking, and he's leaving a trail of gold dust. There's something not quite right and not human in this sleepy little town up in Maine, and it all seems to point to Zara. So yes, she is being stalked. So found it. Need by Carrie Jones. I hope I like it as much as I did the first time. We will see. I think this was, 2009. Okay, let's replace it with this flower. Little black dress, mostly black cover. If you're going to go out for Valentine's, a little black dress, usually. It's just a thing. All right, this is my 4th spin. Let's go. I thought I was going to get it. It's actually right on the line. I don't. Does that mean I combine the 1 and 2 and I do the top? I think that's what I have to do. I'll be honest. I want a piece of candy. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to combine number 1 and 2. And then I'm going to spin for my piece of candy. Okay, so first we have a Cupid. Isn't he cute? Status change. Something outside of my comfort zone. Okay. Oh, but I gotta combine it. Let's see. With a llama. Matchmaker. Friend family pick. Why does it seem that all of my doubles are left up to someone else? Scary thing in romance and in books. Okay, I'll just have my son or my daughter pick a book for me, and we'll go from there. I will call them down in a minute to do that. So I'm hurting my brain. Okay, let's go ahead and spin for this chocolate. I almost said star. Number 7. By the way, if you're enjoying this, I will be playing again for Phoenix Rose. We'll have a bonus round this month. Probably, I'm going to try to have a video in between, and then maybe next. I don't know. It'll be soon. So we'll figure it out. Okay. Nope. I'm supposed to go up top. Okay, it goes to 5, and we wrap around Number 2. Okay. My printer was getting a little lost. Reservation. Remove last prompt and respin. Okay. That works out really good. Okay, so I get to remove the last one. So I don't even have to do this. And I respin. So this piece of chocolate goes away. I do have a couple more. I like that prompt. I thought that was... When I wrote it, I was kind of scared of it, going, it's going to take away a book I really want to read, but this time it worked out. Okay, so these two get put away. You know what? Let's put up the other Cupid, which is St. Valentine. I said Saint in the title. Oh, and let's put up this cute little kitty cat. Second date. Respin and +1. I don't want a 2. That is so cute. Okay, so we are respinning for my 4th. Number 12. Got a little bunch of flowers. Blind date. Book you know nothing about. Okay, I have blind dates. I have these that I bought in 2022. January 30th, so a year, and I bought this one in March. So, let's see, mystery thriller, contemporary, bestseller, ingenious novel within novel, spectacularly impressive, or I have a YA fiction, historical fiction, about friendship, danger, resolve, and survival, heart in your mouth adventure. I think I want to go with the thicker book. We're going to open this and see what it is. If it is something I've already read and own, then I will do one of the other ones. I'm excited. I've been trying to get these onto my list, and I either forget about them or the prompts just don't work. I don't have this. Anthony Horowitz. His name sounds familiar. Magpie Murders. Doubly devilish is what it says over here under the French flap. What does he write? Okay, according to, the Oprah magazine, Horowitz has devised an ingenious whodunit within a whodunit. A meta mystery with Agatha Christie roots. What's a meta mystery? I've never heard of that. Ooh, okay. I like this cover. So we have an author, Alan Conway, and his editor, Susan Ryland. She's worked with him for years. He's a crime writer. He's very successful, which means she has to kind of put up with his troubling behavior. His formula is mysteries along the lines of Agatha Christie and Dorothy Sayers. When Susan receives his latest manuscript about a murder in a sleepy English village at a manor house, she expects it to follow the normal formula and keep up with status quo. As she's reading along, she realizes there's another story hidden within these pages of the manuscript. One of ruthless ambition, greed, and jealousy. And soon it will lead to murder. So I guess Alan may be coming unhinged. I'm excited for this. Has anybody read this or heard of it? Magpie Murders. I hope it lives up to my expectations. What a great blind date. But, you know, it's always not what's on the surface that counts. So you will have to see. So let's replace number 12. Let's do a little pickup truck. A dating app. TBR jar wheel. Okay, I made a little wheel because I have so many jars. I didn't want to make one for every jar. Okay, spin number 5. Number 6. Got a cute little cactus. Little black book. Okay, y'all. My daughter did not know what a little black book is. She turns 22 tomorrow. I had to explain. It was these little address books that we would carry around and write phone numbers in before, the day of cell phones. You had to write the numbers down and memorize them. So a little black book was typically a guy would have the phone numbers of all of his ex-girlfriends or girls' numbers that he's collected, and he's just flipping through his little black book looking for a good time. Sometimes he goes back to his ex-girlfriends, and this is a second chances trope. So it's so cute. By the way, I love this trope. This is one of my favorites. Okay, I'm going to read my first Taylor Jenkins Reid's book, Maybe in Another Life. What if everything that is possible happens? This is a sliding doors. So Hannah, she's 29, no idea what she wants to do with her life, and she's recently had a disastrous breakup. So she returns home to Los Angeles to celebrate her first night back. She goes out with her best friend, Gabby, to go to a bar, and she runs into her high school boyfriend, Ethan. So past midnight, Gabby asks Hannah she's ready to go, and Ethan quickly offers to give Hannah a ride home if she wants to stay. She hesitates. What happens if she leaves with Gabby? And what happens if she leaves with Ethan? We get concurrent storylines, and we find out what happens down both possibilities for Hannah. Talk about second chances in more than one way. So I am looking forward to reading this. Has anybody read this one? And are y'all fans of Taylor Jenkins Reid? Does she really live up to all the hype? I haven't read Daisy Jones. Okay, so there's this one. And I think this is the only romance on my list, which is fine. Got a nice little mix. Okay, since I will be playing again for Phoenix Rose, let's go ahead and replace number 6. And let's put up this little bunch of flowers. First Love, a favorite author. And you know what? My piece of chocolate, it didn't really, just kind of give me a redo. I want another piece. So we're going to spin again for up top. $14. So we're going to just loop back around. 10, 14 is this one right here. I do. Buy a book from Wishlist. Yeah, the board is loving me. I guess it loves its new look as much as I do. Yay. Okay, I know what I'm going to get, and because I just got a message on a Storygraph from Amali wanting to buddy read a book, and I think it's Love on Lease. Let me look. Lease on a Love by Fallon Ballard. This is a debut rom-com, and it says if you love the flat share and Beach Read. I haven't read Beach Read, but I loved the flat share. Supposedly, if you like those books, you'll enjoy this one. Okay, so in this one, we've got a down on your luck woman who accidentally confuses a dating app with a roommate app, and she decides to make the best of it. So apparently, this guy is on here looking for a roommate, and I guess she thought it was a dating app, and they end up being roommates. So I am looking forward to reading this. I want to go into this one blind, so I'm not going to tell you any more about it, but yeah. And even though I don't have to necessarily read the book that I buy, I'm going to do all I can to get it on my list in February. Great little stack. I've got a rom-com, another, I'll call this, I guess, romance, mystery, fae, sci-fi, and a villain story. All aspects of Valentine's, right? From the scary to the sweet and the funny. You know what we didn't get to? Name a book. But we're going to do that in Phoenix Rose's round. So be sure and subscribe, and I will be back with another round of the Valentine edition of Just Spin It. I hope y'all have an incredible February and incredible Valentine's, and I'll catch you next time. Bye now.